Now she gotta go rub one out.
I shall alert the Lord Commander.
You finished?
Y'all about to do it. Imagine you about to do this, and 45 minutes later you finally get to it because there's so much fucking armor. Are they gonna get married? Because I'm trying to figure out why they taking so long to show all this.
A messenger brings word from the White Worm.
White Worm.
Am I your prisoner?
As I was once yours. I'm your protector. Lucky for you.
I don't need protection from a common horde.
I'm not so common. I learned that the skin trade could only take me so far in this life.
It is no easy thing to tell a father of his daughter's exploits. The princess was spied last evening, beyond the walls of the keep, in a pleasure house. She was carrying on with her uncle.
What behaviors?
What must I say at your grace?
You enter my bedchamber, accusing my daughter of something. Now speak it.
Damon and Rhaenyra were seen together in the bowels of a pleasure den, coupling.
You have been lied to.
I only wish that were true, your grace.
Have this rumor-monger brought before me at once, and I will take their eyes.
And several of the servants have now admitted to seeing her.
I wondered about that. I was like, yo, everybody can see
the
this.
gates from King's Landing, disguised as a page.
You're so sick with ambition that you would have my daughter stalked. Your designs are obvious. Do you wish to have your blood on the Iron Throne so badly that you are willing to destroy mine own?
I mean, that is true, though. You do want that throne. So now, she doesn't have being a woman going against her. She has being what they consider a hoe going against her.
What happened last night? My father has made some worrying allegations about you. Were you with your uncle?
He took me into the city for some fun.
Tell me the whole of it, Rhaenyra.
Your father accused me of something.
That you fucked Damon in a pleasure house.
This is a vile accusation.
You Targaryens do have queer customs.
Your Grace, sister, you must know I would never.
My father is no gossip.
Who made these claims to your father? To question my virtue is an act of treason. So you are accusing me of slanders you overheard?
I only want to help you, Rhaenyra.
We drank in a tavern. Several taverns, and I asked to go home. But Damon wished to continue. As he was my escort, I had no real choice. I was only a spectator. I didn't do anything. Damon never touched me. I swear this to you, upon the memory of my mother.
Kings strive to find you a good match, and so have I. If that lord were to think that you were being sullied, it would ruin everything.
Allison, shut the fuck up.
Your Grace, I regret it.
I know she cares about her and all that. Oh, Damon. Oh, Damon. You gotta stand before the man. Damon is truly a fuck up and a scumbag. and then he had second thoughts about it, like, damn, I shouldn't be doing this. That's why he hit the wall and all that. Oh shit, look how he dressed. He Targaryen out right now.
My daughter. You defiled her.
When we were Rhaenyra's age, we fucked our way through most of the brothels on the Street of Silk.
We were young men. She is just a girl.
Better a first experience to be with me than some whore.
You have ruined her.
You are the dragon. Your word is truth and law.
I have spent a lifetime defending you. But your heart is even blacker than I thought.
Wed her to me. I'll take her as she is and wed her in the tradition of our house.
You're already wed.
That didn't stop Aegon the Conqueror from taking a second wife.
You are no conqueror.
Give me Rhaenyra to take to wife, and we will return the House of the Dragon to its proper glory.
It's not my daughter you lust for, is it?
Well.
It's my throne. Go back to the Vale, Damon. To your lawful wife. Strive to restore whatever scrap of honor remains in you.
It is not in Rhaenyra's nature to be deceitful. I cannot say the same for your brother.
You believe he lied?
How often does he speak the pure truth?
How does confessing to such things serve him?
By reducing you.
Whatever transpired, Rhaenyra is not innocent.
She swore to me that she remains a maiden, and I believe her.
You know, her stomach in knots. I didn't expect this episode to go this way.
That dagger once belonged to Aegon the Conqueror. It was Aenar's before that, before Aegon's death. The last of the Valyrian pyromancers hid his song in the steel.
From my blood come the prince that was promised, and his will be the song of ice and fire.
Responsibility I have handed to you. 'Tis larger than the throne. 'Tis larger than you and your desires.
You've yet to ask me for the truth of what happened.
The truth does not matter, Rhaenyra. Only perception.
Yes.
Were I born a man, I could bear too much if I wanted.
You're right. But you were born a woman.
So you'll strip me of my titles and name Aegon in my stead.
I
He
would.
didn't say that though.
But it is mine to hold the realm together, not sow it with further division. Your courtship is at an end.
Now he telling you.
You will
who
wed
married.
Sir Laenor Velaryon, and you will do so without protest.
Sir
The
Laenor.
son of the sea snake.
Yeah.
So I can be a remedy for your political
Yeah.
headaches.
Yeah.
You are my political headache. With the combined strength of our shared dragons and naval fleets, no one would dare to stand against us.
And what will you do about the vulture who perches upon your throne?
Otto Hightower has served 2 kings loyally and faithfully. Every lord and lady that calls for an audience with me. Every man on my small council and all councils past has been self-interested.
I will do my duty as heir, and with Sir Laenor, but you must first do yours as king.
Get that punk ass hand out of here. Ooh. Otto Hightower.
Your Grace.
You're out of here, buddy.
My father was a hale and healthy warrior and dragon rider. Jaehaerys named a great royal hunt to celebrate him being named the Hand of the King. Balon the Brave, rider of Vhagar, heir to the Iron Throne, dead of a burst belly.
It was a grim day.
It was a good day for you. Jaehaerys named you Hand in Balon's stead. You served my grandson nobly in his final days. You are the man that taught me how to be king. Just 5 days. You went from being another man in Jaehaerys' court to the second most powerful man in the realm. How long did it take you to choose yourself over your king? I will never recover from Emma's death. But Alicent, she took me through the worst of my grief. She was a calculated distraction. Your interests no longer align with those of the realm. You were a faithful servant, Otto. The crown and the realm both owe you a debt that can never be repaid. But I can no longer trust your judgment.
Yo, this is interesting. Because this time he actually was telling the truth. Everything he said is facts. Everything Viserys said was facts. True. But on this specific occasion, when he's trying to do it, it's like, oh, damn, they wasn't even.
I'm sorry, what is that?
A tea, Princess, from the king. It will rid you of any unwanted consequences.
He gave her an abortion tea. Hey, her dad, when he be like not caring, but when he care, he just come through just knocking shit over. He sent his daughter some abortion tea, nigga. Yo, so he sent her a tea that would rid her of any unwanted consequences. Was it antibiotic tea or was it abortion tea? I'm leading with abortion tea. He's like, just in case you was doing what you was doing. See, like the king mind get clear when it get clear. Like he be on some bullshit, but when it get clear, it get clear. I will say it's funny that everything that he says to Otto Hightower, to the Hand, we've all been thinking and saying to the TV, right? And he finally, it comes out, right? Like, which means there's no way he just started thinking about this. He knew about this shit, but now it's getting to the point where when he gets annoyed, that's what he moves, right? Everybody was just pissing him off. Otto coming to tell him that shit was pissing him off. Rhaenyra putting herself in that position, pissing him off. Daemon doing what he did, pissing him off. Now let's talk about fucking Daemon. This motherfucker Daemon, I'm like, yo, when he shows up drunk, so drunk out of his mind that like he can't remember shit. His ex-girl, she not a madam or whatever. She's like, I don't lie down no more, motherfucker. She's sending word and shit. She got the little boy. She got her own little thing. Yo, she's going to be an important character here, it look like. Right? We already know those who run the whorehouses, the motherfuckers run shit, right? We watch Game of Thrones. I won't say they run shit, but they got their ear to the streets, right? And so I'm thinking at first, oh, he trying to put her up on game. No, that wasn't what I thought at first. When he showed up, the first thing I thought was, oh, he want to marry her. First thing I thought. I'm like, that's what he's here for. He keep talking about the bronze bitch, which sound racist to me. Like is she brown? Is that why he's saying that? You punk motherfucker. Why is he calling her that, right? Or did they actually marry him to a dog? That'd be crazy if it was a fucking golden retriever. I'm like, damn. That's what he meant by bronze bitch? I never knew. Nah, I'm joking. That's stupid. What am I talking about? It's nighttime. Listen, I sitting there like, okay, he's trying to get with her. They talk or whatever, and then he walks off. She's like, say what you want, he walks off. You know, they do their little banter, all right, whatever. Then he comes and gets her later that night. And he taking her around, and I'm like, oh, he's trying to put her on game a little bit, right? Because he took her to that spot, and he put it in her ear. He goes, you know they don't fuck with you, right? You watching the play, and they booing her and everything. And she like joking about it. She's like, no, boo, boo, boo. No, that's some bullshit, right? Okay. So then he takes her to a whorehouse. And he start playing with her mind and shit. But you see him hit the wall and like, So in my mind, I'm like, what? What was that? Right? Like, is he like, nah, I can't go through with this? Right? Okay. Then it gets to a point where I kind of think, well, was that a plan? I asked that aloud. I go, did he plan this? When he shows up and they drag him in and he drunk and shit, I'm like, oh, he didn't plan this. It looked like he didn't even plan this. The motherfucker just is an idiot. And then he straight up, he gets his brother worked up. He says everything he says. And then he goes, you know, we can solve all this if you just let me marry you. And he's like, you ain't marrying shit. Bitch, go back to the Vale. Take your funky ass back to the Vale and get the fuck up out of here. Right? Crazy. So when he talks to Hightower, the king, when he speaks to him, he has a problem with that because he don't want to hear nothing like that about his daughter, right? Now remember, dog, we talking about all the way up until modern times. How we feel about women and their sexuality is completely different than how we treat men and their sexuality, right? And this isn't a thing where it's just, I understand when people say it's like, you know, misogyny and shit like that, but women uphold that shit too. Because the first time a woman does not like a woman, what they gonna say about her if she been getting it in? Don't matter if they been getting it in themselves, right? She a hoe, you know, all that shit, right? So all of us are in on this, right? Just as a society around the world, the way we treat women and sexuality. Okay. But back then, it's even worse. The problem is, remember what perception is outside. She already got to witness that. The king has to let her know, yo, it's not about what you really did. It's perception. So the king is pissed off that that's even out there. He's pissed off that Otto Hightower even said that shit to him. So he's going in on him. But then you have Alicent. Now, here's the thing about Alicent. She a queen. She has nothing else going for her besides the goings on of inside that fucking castle. She wants her friend to get the crown. When you see her talk to her as the queen, that's because that's how she has to do that. But when she was pissed off at her, at first I was like, huh. But clearly you can see her. She's like, don't fucking ruin this for yourself. She doesn't use it in those words, but you can tell. The only reason she's caring about that, she's not like, oh, it's just bad for you. She keeps saying, no, you're going to push your father to a certain way. The insinuation being like, you're not going to, you know, he gonna take that throne from you. Like I said in the last review, I think, yo, she'd rather have Rhaenyra be the queen than Aegon be the king. Remember, if something happens to the king, imagine, does anybody see her being the queen mother? Like, actually, no. It would be fucking it would be Otto running everything. He'd stay the hand and he'd run all that shit, right? So that takes us back to this. When Rhaenyra says what she says, it was calculated. Why? Because no matter what happens, Hightower will be running things. Now, what's funny is all the stuff we yelling at the TV and all that, and we saying, I'm saying yelling, but I'm just using that, not actually yelling. All the things we're saying to the television. Yo, you don't see this. Like, look at him. He's using Alicent. He used his own daughter. He comes to the realization. Viserys comes to this realization. And, okay. Now he wants to let him go. Okay. Now, I saw the trailer for the next episode. I'm not going to say it because some people don't even like watching trailers. But Otto, it's two parts to him. Like, this is what's interesting about characters like this and on here. It's not just they all just snakes slithering in the grass and whatever they're going after, that's what they're going after. They just have one mind. No. He's the hand. He's been a hand for a couple kings. He's very much concerned with what happens with the kingdom. And he's also very much concerned with his blood being on the throne. Okay. Daemon is hilarious. I don't know what's going to go on with him and that shit in the future, but it's funny. He just an asshole. Like when he showed up, him brushing Rhaenyra's ship with his dragon. He's stupid. Wait, there was another thing. Oh, okay. Here we go. Rhaenyra. All these suitors lined up to try to get with her. Trash. All right. Yo, that Blackwoods kid. Something just hit me. If we're going to do a time jump, we're gonna see that Blackwoods kid again, and because he seemed to be he just killed a motherfucker in the court, in the court, and everybody was like, oh well, he lost the duel. Oh boy won with the broadsword. All right. So the sea snake, he wants to marry off. Oh, what the fuck? Why can't I remember? It's the motherfuckers we know. But he wants to marry off his daughter to them. Whoever gets his navy, it's the top navy. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. It could be a nuisance or it can make them all powerful. And it's been something that he's been lacking on. So right now he took it upon himself. Listen, you're marrying Laenor. There is no more of this. We're going to shore up. And she's like, yo, you using me to fix your political problem? He's like, you're the political problem, right? Like, right now, you're going to marry him. That's it. There's no more. I don't got no more time for this. Okay. That's going to be interesting to see. Because also that brings back in Corlys and Rhaenys into this too, right? They want their blood on the throne, even though their blood technically is on the throne. They want that family to be on the throne, right? That side of the family. They'll never forget that it was basically hers, right? Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. I saw the trailer for the next episode, and that episode looks better than this one. This one, it was setting up things. You know what I mean? Now, I will say that because so much time has jumps in between each episode, like we talking years, and then so much happens, it may throw some people off. I know that because they're talking about stuff and you are to assume things, right? Like and kind of, I won't say fill it in, but like for instance, when we see her and she's with the suitors and stuff, well, we know she's been doing that for a while, right? But yeah. Next episode, and I'm interested in it no matter what. So yeah, next episode.